Hey Bachelor Nation, what's up? It's Olivia, and today we are back again with another recap of last night's episode of The Bachelor. We are on week 4, and it was a really good episode. We have a lot of stuff to talk about, so I'm just gonna go in chronological order of the episode. So first off, Arie and the ladies went up to Lake Tahoe. I'm glad they started there because, like, if you're in LA, like, go up to Tahoe. Beautiful location. They had so many wonderful dates. I think that was a really good choice for the first stop. So Arie's first date was with CN, the Yale graduate, the one who has traveled everywhere, the one who is successful, and I think they had a really good date. The parasailing looked fun, their conversation seemed to be going well, dinner went well. Okay, and then when they actually got to see like an actual group perform Greatest Love Story, that was awesome. Landco is the name of the band, I just looked it up. But like, cause usually on The Bachelor they go and see people and it's like, who is this artist? Like, have I ever heard of them before? But like immediately when it started, like the track started playing, like I started singing along and I was like, wow, that's awesome that they actually like got to see someone who she might actually like know their song and heard on the radio a million times. With CN, I think if she and Arie had met in the outside world and had months to actually date, I think they would be a really good match, but I don't think in this really short-term setting because the entire Bachelor happens over the course of like 6 weeks. Like all of their weeks are like 3 to 5 days. So I don't think in that amount of time, since other women are ahead, I guess, I just don't think she can like make up for it. Even though I think she's sweet, I think she's awesome. I think she would be good Bachelorette material because, like I said, she's amazing. But I feel like, yeah, if she had met Arie in the outside world, because they're both in real estate, if she had met them in their regular life, then they could date over the course of, you know, 4, 5, 6 months or whatever, and then decide to get engaged and then get married and be happy. But even though I love her, I think she's fantastic, I just don't really see this whole setting working out for them. Now for the group date, I think it would be absolutely horrible going on a date with 11 other women and 1 guy. Like, it was so awkward at the end when they were in the hot tub. It just reminded me of like the show Sister Wives, and like I just feel like that situation would be so awkward. Like being in a polygamous relationship where you have 11 sister wives and like 1 guy. Yeah, Crystal was not having it for sure. I liked how at the beginning of the group date they were all together and like doing like survival training or whatever. The drink and the pee thing, I'm really glad they stopped Jacqueline in time because that's disgusting. And I agree with whatever girl, was it Lauren? It was either Lauren or Jenna who was like, they can't make me pee in this bottle. I'm not going to. Like, yes, same. But I hate how always on group dates, they like split them up. So it's like, okay, yeah, 3 groups of 4, you're gonna go like do a scavenger hunt thing. Like, go find your way in the wilderness and meet up at this location. Only 1 group gets Arie. I think that is so messed up because the majority of the date, you're spending time with the girls that you spend literally all of your time with. But I guess it is better than when they have like the 2 teams compete and then only 1 team gets to actually go to the evening part. But still, like, I guess the whole situation is just awkward in general because even once it gets down to the last group date when it's like 3 of them and 1 guy, that's really awkward. Yeah, back at the hot tub, I think Crystal was overreacting. Like when Tia and Caroline were like, oh yeah, like, look, we can do that too. Like, they were just having fun. They were just being silly, like trying to make the most and the best out of this really awkward group situation. And Crystal took it so horribly. Like the fact that she was crying to Arie and like approached the girls about it. Like, I think it was ridiculous. Also, I think it was really, really funny how she kept talking about people's insecurities and things like that, but then once it came down to the rose ceremony, she's the one that was so insecure about her spot that she had to speak before, like get him right before he started handing out roses when he wanted no cocktail party. And I think it was awesome. I'm skipping ahead here, but I think it's awesome that he gave her the last rose. And I don't know if he was trying to send a message because I don't know if he's that deep, but they've done that in the past before, like kind of like sent a message by saying like, yo, like this isn't cool, don't do this again, like here's the last one, like make him sweat a little bit. Tia's definitely growing on me. I really like her. Now that Chelsea has stopped being a psychopath and now that they show her a lot less, like now that she has less screen time, I like her a lot more as well. I still think Kendall the taxidermy girl is, I just can't get over the taxidermy thing. But if he thinks it's normal, then like, good for him. But Yeah, I don't know. We'll see, because I don't know how many women like they kick off each week. So at this point now, it's hard to say like how many more weeks these women are going to get. Yeah, he really likes Kendall, so that's great. But I think every time she talks to him, she should stop saying like, I brought this taxidermy thing, I brought this taxidermy thing, oh, blah, 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 taxidermy. Like, can you have one conversation without it? And of course, like, I know they cut and paste, and she probably doesn't talk about her little stuffed animals, like, every single conversation. But that's what it seems like right now, and it's like, okay, girl, like, talk about something else. Back to Crystal, I think her true colors definitely showed on this date. She was calling everyone else immature and insecure and calling herself flawless and talking about how other women are just so intimidated by her because she's so flawless, and you know, girls just don't like her and all of that stuff. And the thing is, like, on this group situation, like, you signed up for The Bachelor, when you're on a date with 12 other people, it's gonna be hard to get time with that person. It's gonna be hard to get one-on-one time. It's gonna be hard to have serious conversations and things like that. So the fact that she was like complaining the entire night when she was on his team during the entire day, like nobody else had that. So I don't know, I'm done with Crystal. I think she's annoying. I'm ready for her to leave, but Arie does not get to see any of this behind the scenes footage, but I don't know. We'll see what happens next week because looks like it's gonna be good. I want to put this out there and say that I really like Becca. I think she's fun. I think she's spunky. I think if Dean was the Bachelor, I would be rooting for her to go all the way. But the thing is, even though I like her, I don't think she's right for Arie. And you know, some girls were like, oh, like, she's not ready for marriage. There's no way she could be ready for marriage. Like, she's still finding herself. And like, that may or may not be true. Like, Jacqueline and Kendall were talking, and Jacqueline was just saying like, oh, like, saying from experience, I was not ready to get married when I was 22. Like, you know, she's like, in the past couple years, like, I have just lived so much more life, and now I'm ready to settle down. So I don't know if she's, you know, like, ready for that yet. And I think that's fair, you know, like, I'm 21, I'm not ready to get married anytime soon, but just because I'm not doesn't mean my other friends who are 21 and are engaged, like, aren't ready for that or don't want that. Like, everyone's different. I am really glad that she, like, told him about her age and then his, like, honest reaction to it. Like, he was concerned, like, he knew that she was young, so I don't know if he thought she was, like, 24 or 26, because even then, at 26, that would be a 10-year age difference. But to find out that she was 22, basically a college kid, like, yeah, for him, you know, he's like, I'm ready to, like, have a baby, have a family, have a wife at the end of this. And I think those are valid concerns for him, that he's like, you know, at the end of this, I don't know if you're gonna be ready to actually get married and settle down. And again, I can't speak for Becca's intentions, but from what I've seen, I don't think she is. In her bio on the Bachelor website, it says, where do you see yourself in 5 years? And she says, planning to have kids. So just based off the couple of things she said, like, she said it, she's not ready to have kids yet. Yeah, Becca was saying like, yeah, I'm trying to figure out, like, would you get along with my friends, my family, like, what would they think, blah, blah. And my parents were like, yeah, honestly, when I was 36, I didn't want to hang out with 22-year-olds. Like, I didn't want to hang out with college kids. So that's the thing too, like, is she, a little 22-year-old, going to fit in with his life as a 36-year-old, like, going to bed, I think he said he goes to bed at like 9 or something, like, going to bed, like, just getting a good night's sleep, like, not really partying too much. And is he gonna then get along with her friends who might still be in that stage, because that's what you do when you're in your 20s. So I don't see it going very far. Again, I don't think she'll make it past top 4. At this point, now that he does know her age, I would be surprised if he even did take her to a hometown date. But yeah, because I think after that, it just comes down to, we're in different stages of life, and even though, you know, I really like you, if I was 10 years younger, like, it would be good. But I also want to address the role that social media has been playing in The Bachelor this season. So obviously, I think social media is a great thing. That is how we are communicating right now. But, you know, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, when the show started, when Arie was first on it, not everyone had a Twitter, not everyone had an Instagram. You know, there weren't all these, like, Facebook groups for this, and YouTube, you know, recaps of it. And, you know, there were some magazine covers, but it wasn't as crazy as it is now. And so I feel really bad for these women who, Crystal posted something today about like being bullied and like harassed online and like all this stuff. And then I saw Becca tweet last week something like, I never said I was an actress, like blah, 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 because everyone's like, oh, of course, Becca, like 22-year-old from LA, like getting screen time, you know, on a TV show with someone who's 14 years older than her that she's not ever gonna really marry. And in the past couple years, The Bachelor has definitely turned into, if you make it past a certain point, you can basically stay in LA living off of being a social media influencer, getting brand deals. Last year when Rachel wanted 100% to move back to Dallas, and then all of a sudden after the final rose was like, yeah, we're deciding between Miami, Dallas, and LA. And like JoJo Fletcher's constantly doing stuff in LA. But I do really feel bad for these women who are getting attacked online, who are getting sent, you know, hate messages and things like that. I think all in good fun talking about it is fine. You know, they're not gonna see this, and you know, I'm not saying, you know, send death threats to anyone. I'm just saying like, oh, you know, reality TV, I don't see this person with this person. Just be like cautious and like considerate whenever you post something online, because I can't imagine how many like hate comments stuff these women are getting. Reminder to like spread positivity with that stuff. But again, like this video is just for fun. I'm not trying to hate on anyone. Back to the show. So, rose ceremony. He didn't even have a cocktail party, which I thought was good, I thought was fine, but apparently Crystal was too insecure and immature about their great connection that they have that makes her so happy to be there, that she had to go and talk to him beforehand. And I completely already covered this, but yeah, that was a bit ridiculous. Caroline and Brittany going home, no thoughts on it at all. Again, there are several people, I finally did learn their names, like Lauren B. I don't know, she could be a surprise top 4 pick if Becca doesn't make it, if young Becca doesn't make it to top 4. But Jenna and there's a lot that like, I don't even know their names, because I'm like, you're getting sent home the next 2 weeks. Oh my gosh, did you guys watch during the credits when Marique was approaching Chelsea about glam shaming her? Oh my god. We were cracking up at that. All of Chelsea's commentary was so funny, and gosh, like I understand like addressing something if it bothers you, but going overboard and saying like, you're glam shaming me, and like, what's wrong with I want to look pretty, blah blah blah. And Chelsea's like, I used to be a model, like I'm pro glam, like I have never been anti glam. Like using words that actually apply to like real matters in this nation for pro or anti glam, that was ridiculous. But it was a really funny way to end the episode, especially since we didn't have any montages of Annalise's traumatic moments to add to the end. I thought that was a good replacement. But those are my thoughts on this week's episode of The Bachelor. My top picks are still older Becca. I'm liking Chelsea more. I think she will make it far. She didn't talk too much about how she was a mom and missed her kid this week, so I think that was good. I do like Tia. I think she's sweet. I don't think she's necessarily like for him, like, this sounds so bad, but I think she could do better. I think Cien, I think if he and Cien had months, I think they would be a good couple. I don't think in this short amount of time they will be. I could see them with, you know, but I could see them with each other. Anyway, if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. Comment below what your thoughts on this week's episode was. Make sure to subscribe to my channel so you never miss an episode. And it would mean a lot to me if you checked out my video from Friday, which was a book review, Undercover Princess by Connie Glynn. I would like it to get a lot of views. So if you would check it out, that would mean a lot to me. Hope you guys have a wonderful day. Remember to keep dreaming out loud, and I will see you next Tuesday with another recap of The Bachelor. See you guys, bye.